spot right here. There we
Where
go.
he catches the biggest bass.
Yeah, he's in the tree, I feel him. I got him out, got him out. That was a good one. Good one. I didn't bring my net. There's a good one. There's a good one. Don't come off. I saw it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So this morning we woke up, we drove about an hour and a half away from the house to fish. Little Reservoir is pretty close. You might even know this boat ramp, but I was at the Elite Series on Smith Lake, and I was staying like maybe 20-30 minutes away from the reservoir. I wasn't ever able to make it, so I used a morning this week to go out and try to go catch a few out of it. I'm not gonna lie, we had a pretty good morning out here. Really all day. I think that this place has a ton of potential to maybe catch a big one like spring or fall. Even this time of year, I saw a couple big ones, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Just loading up the kayak here, putting all the rods in. We took a little bit of everything with us because really didn't know what to expect. Also, this isn't the maiden voyage of the new kayak, but still, it's the maiden voyage with both graphs on it, and we had a pretty good day today. So stay tuned, and appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for the next little bit.
Also, we got beef jerky for breakfast, so roughing it this morning. Or not roughing, high class. Alright, we're going to start off this morning swinging for the fences. We're going to throw this buzzbait. I'll kind of show y'all what we got tied on as we throw some of the stuff. Also, this is my first morning having both graphs and the kayak ready to go. And I think the name of the game this morning is just going to be cover as much water as possible. Alright, I don't know how I feel about the buzzbait to start off. We're gonna go with the Choppo. This one right here is the Choppo 75. It's a little bit shorter, fatter. Gives off a little bit different sound than the Choppo 90. Some fish out here in front of us. There's a few of them right here. So like this grass right here, I don't even know if anything would live in that because it's not really in the water, or it's so far back off the bank, and I guess the water rise and fall so much in here maybe. It looks like the water was really high a couple weeks ago. That's why it's all pushed over. And then that water's pretty shallow too. Or the water where the grass is fairly shallow. We're in 4.5 foot of water right here. A whole bunch of crappie right here off this log. See, there they go. There's a group of crappie or something right there. Those might actually be bass. Oh yeah, look, one's coming up to it. Shit, I don't know what those are. A little group of fish back here though. Another rig we have is the Wacky Rig. Got to throw it back there and at least see. So we took this out last night and did some pond fishing yesterday evening. Looks like there's a whole bunch of crappie back here, like panfish on this screen. See, there's some fish. Right there, there's fish on the bottom. Oh, can't do that. I'll knock my worm off. Oh look, there's a crappie over there on the bank. It doesn't look like he's doing too hot. Pretty sure that's a crappie. Let's go investigate. No, that's a bass, and that's not a bad one. Oh, he's still alive too. Oh, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. He don't look like he's doing too good. That is a really good bass though. Dang, I hate seeing that. That's like a 4-pounder right there. That was my first fish of the day. I'd be pretty happy with it. All right guys, so a little morning recap so far. We went around with the Choppo, no bites on that. Nothing even came up and tried it. We haven't really fished it too much though, so I'm not. There's a bite right there. There we go. Yeah, he's in the tree, I feel him. I got him out, got him out. That was a good one. Good one. I didn't bring my net. Wacky Rig in the tree for the first fish. First Catoma fish, come here. Oh yeah, in the kayak, that's not a bad one at all. It's a big one. Oh, look at that one. Oh, shit. Hey, that's one of the first ones on like what this kayak was really intended for. On the Wacky Rig. Golly, it's a good one. That'll wake you up in the morning. All right, boys, there's our first one. That's a good 3-pounder or so to start off the morning. Golly, that's an amazing fish. If we ate it in that tree, I'm gonna have to retie. Oh. Didn't want him to jump back in the kayak. That's a good way to start off the morning. First one's a big one. Did he rip my band too? Nope. Cool. Awesome. We can use that again. That's pretty sick. First one's a 3-pounder, 3.5 on the Wacky Rig. I was just about to do the morning recap and say we haven't caught anything yet, and then right when I start talking about it, we catch one. But yeah, so morning recap again. We started off at the boat ramp. We're not too far from it at all. Come around with the Choppo, nothing. Or actually start off with the Buzzbait, nothing there. Choppo, nothing. And then switch over to the Wacky Rig. We see it dead. That one was a 3-pounder. That was maybe 4. That one's bigger than 4.5. He doesn't look like he's doing too good. He's still breathing, but it looks like the turtles might have got to him overnight or something. And, you know, maybe if we would have caught him yesterday, I don't think he's, you know, doing too hot. Look at all those fish that are in that tree right there. A whole bunch of crappie. This place looks like it could be loaded with crappie. Because I've already passed 3 spots, it looks like it has a whole bunch of it in it. Caught that one out of 9 foot of water out of a submerged tree. So that could be a good sign. And then on the new technique, the Wacky Rig that y'all never see. So it's pretty cool. Definitely gonna stick with this for a little bit if we're gonna be catching 3-pounders on it like that. I mean, that was a really good fish. I'm just happy I was able to get him out of that brush. It seems like I normally lose those altercations. Whenever the fish have structure and I have to get them out, it seems like 7 times out of 10, I always lose. Or they'll come out and they'll come up and jump and then they'll get off. But that one ate it so deep, like he crushed the Wacky Rig. So I mean, since he ate it so good, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this Choppo behind us because I feel like we probably won't even I mean, if they're out, it would be cool to catch them on top water, but that one choked the Wacky Rig. I need to tie a jig on too. Fish through some of this with that. Okay, so we got a structure bait. Whenever we come up on a tree, brush pile, or whatever, we're gonna throw that wacky worm right here. I'm gonna throw this little Frittside 5 Junior. It's gonna imitate like a little shad. Oh, I felt like it got stuck right there. Nothing over there. That could have been a bite too. 7 foot of water. There's a whole bunch of fish on something over here too. Or it was a big drop off right there. The drop off. Yeah, see. I should bust out as the coal shad this morning. Throw that around and see if one will eat it. Let's switch that rod out for a frog. Next one that you haven't seen is this one. This is the Revo SX Rocket. This is my flipping setup. 25-pound test fluoro. Oh, I might even be able to see the fish in here. Also, if you didn't see the last video, my bobber stop on this setup, I didn't have any with me, so I tied about 4 or 5 overhand knots with my 25-pound test fluoro. Like I cut a little, foot-long piece and just tied a whole bunch of overhand knots, and that's how I got my bobber stop. And it's worked pretty well to this point. There's a whole bunch of little bluegill right here, so that's a good sign. If I get bit doing this right now, my confidence out here will go through the roof. Like I just watched the grass move a little bit, so something was swimming through it. I mean, it could have been anything. That doesn't mean it was a bass. It could have been a, I don't know, catfish. Could have been a gar. Could have been a carp. That's probably the most likely thing. If it wasn't a bass, probably a carp. Once again, shout out to Spottico for the Paramilitary 2. It's hard to beat. I've almost gotten to the point where I prefer using the pocket knife and scissors on the kayak, just because the scissors or the pocket knife's so sharp. All right, let's see. When I was rigging up yesterday, I was like, do I need to throw the frog or the buzzbait? Something told me to throw the buzzbait for some reason, just because I would normally go to a frog just to have something different to tie on, but seeing how this grass is, I feel like the frog is a better option for it for sure. Especially after seeing that little blow up right here in front of us. There's one. Oh, missed him. One had it though. All right, so that makes 3 bites for the Wacky Rig. I feel like that was a bass. He probably just didn't have the whole worm. I'm excited to see what the next one that we catch, if we're able to catch another one, looks like, if it's going to be another big one. Because, I mean, we've already seen a big one in that first pocket we started in, and then we caught a big one, so hopefully there's a good average size of them in here. Because that bite right there didn't feel too big, and then also the bite that I had earlier didn't really feel too big, but you never know. Oh, saw that one come up and get it. That was pretty cool. I watched the bluegill. It definitely wasn't a bass. I cast my worm in there. My worm did like a 360 when it hit the water. I mean, there's got to be a bass somewhere back here. Maybe a bluegill will get it, and then a bass will come try to take it and eat the bluegill and the worm. That'd be pretty cool. I could scratch that off my bingo card. There we go. There's another one. Come here. There's another largemouth. I was looking over there and those weeds were moving a little bit. I made a bad cast, but I guess he came over and got it. Hey, chill, chill, chill. I'm gonna take you off, I promise. All right, boys, there's another one. A dink, but a fat dink. Definitely a good sign. I wouldn't be worried about this one, you know, saying that maybe those first couple that we, or the first one we saw and then the first one we actually landed were flukes. I think that should have some pretty good ones in here. I think the darker water is going to be the move. Not necessarily casting it up into the reeds, but casting it like probably 5-6 feet out from them. That's a big one. Oh, shoot. That was a big one right there for sure. I felt like it was hung up for a second, but it wasn't. That was a fish. See? Oh, he got it again. Golly. They're over here. There's 3 or 4 bites right there. That's another one. Oh, cast my worm off. A little tip for y'all, if you do back, or not if, but when you backlash your reels, I feel like 95% of backlashes will come out. You just got to be patient. Use it as a break, a mental break. You know, don't get super frustrated about it. Just say, this is my time. You know, a little rest period. Because a lot of them will come out. And I feel like early on, and when I first started fishing, I wasted a whole bunch of line. I'd get a backlash and I'd try. You know, you get to that one knot that's kind of hard to get out. I tried 2 or 3 times and I just give up on it. But I promise you, they're not. Some of them are horrible. I do backlash my reels sometimes to where I just can't get, like, it's not even worth trying to get out. It's just quicker to cut it and retie. But not all of them are that bad. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna retie this wacky hook. I'm gonna put this frog rod behind me because we've gotten a whole bunch of bites right here. And I might even come back through here. I feel like all those bites were pretty good ones. And by good ones, I mean like 2 and 3 pounder minimum. That one that I got, the one bite I got closest to the bank, that one actually felt really big. I mean, that was one of those bites that I thought I was hung up on when it first ate it. All right, approaching 2 hours out here. We have 2 fish so far. Have about 3 or 4 bites. I feel like I found a couple of good areas that I'm gonna go back through. I feel like I'm slowly starting to figure it out. I think structure is important. So like wood, grass that's pretty far off the bank. So like all this stuff I would say is probably dead. I mean, I'll probably sneak up on a couple back here, or I might sneak up on one back here, but my good bites have all either come from structure or like grass that's in more than 4 foot of water. And I haven't fished but 8% of the lake, probably 3% of the lake. So kind of fish on both sides going down through here and see. Lots of bluegill. So definitely good opportunities to throw slobber knockers and other things, which I might tie one of those on here in a second. Be able to cover more water. This lake definitely has a good population of bluegill because no matter where I look, I see 10. Like there's some underneath that mat over there. Probably a whole bunch of them underneath that mat. If I cast my worm, I casted this worm underneath the overhanging tree back there and I was dragging it out because I casted it too far back. And I cast my worm back there over an underhanging tree and 3 bluegill followed it out. So definitely no shortage of bait in here. It's just figuring out. Like I want to change what I'm doing, but I don't because that first one ate it so good and the second one ate it good too. I just feel like I'd be crazy to switch right now. It's not like I've been getting bad bites. The bites I've been getting have been good fish, or good bites, and they've been eating it deep. This is the Xenon LTX BFS reel. It's a bait caster that you can cast Ned rigs on. You can cast a really light Wacky Rig. Anything that you can't, most of your spinning rod applications, so like a drop shot, Nico rig, Wacky Rig, you can cast on this. Also like small little crankbaits, jerk baits. There's a whole micro world of stuff, and then there's like another world of anything that you can do on a spinning rod. So like this Ned rig, I can just cast on the bait caster. And then I have it paired up with a 610 medium light. It's crazy we catch that first one. It's a 3-pounder and it's slowed down a lot. Like I've had a couple of bites, but they've been in pretty select areas. And like they've been in good looking areas, but also I just don't know because I haven't fished that much of the lake. But I think I'm gonna start moving a little bit faster, be a little bit more selective with my cast. I think most of this pocket is probably going to be fairly shallow, so I don't know if it's really worth, you know, taking my time and working through it all. There we go. There's one on the Frittside. There we go. Doesn't look very big. It's not. I'm there. Not a huge one, but what do I say? A fish is a fish. It's been a minute. That's number 3. All right, boys, there's another one. Giant bass on the Frittside. All right, that's a good feeling. Covering a little bit of water. I didn't want to, there's not too many pockets or creeks or anything on this lake, so I didn't want to skip over this full pocket. Also, I didn't really want to take my time and, you know, try to flip all this grass or fish a Texas rig down all this grass because the mornings are so valuable when it gets hot like this over the summer. Granted, we're supposed to have a mostly cloudy day today, but when the sun comes out, sometimes it'll help, but also it gets so hot, it's not very enjoyable to be out if the bite does suck. So I feel like your mornings are super valuable. So if you can just find a way to, you know, if the slow stuff that should always work isn't working, I just want to find whatever will work. I feel like I've tried about everything. The only thing that I really probably quit on was top water early this morning after catching that one on the Wacky Rig. But thrown a frog, thrown a Choppo, Buzzbait, no bites on any of that stuff. But we have a bite on the Wacky Rig, no bites on the Little General. I mean, we've thrown everything over there. There we go. Okay, there's another one on that Frittside. If we can keep them on. There we go. It's a good one. There's number 4. Hey, why are you pushing buttons? Stop pushing buttons, fish. A couple bluegill as well. Awesome. Thank you, sir. It's a little Frittside 5 Junior. On 2, up in the size a little bit. Maybe we can sneak up on a big one. There's another one. There's another one. Back-to-back cast. That puts us at 5. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. If you chill out, I'd put you back. All right, there's number 5. Not a big one, but still fun. This little one came up behind it. Oh, there we go. There's another little one. It's about the same size as the one that just tried out. That's a spot. A little spotted bass. That's fun. It's like a little micro fishing deal. It's number 6. I don't even know why I tried to show that back camera like y'all could see that little fish. So like one came up and followed it right here, and they looked like they were the exact same size. It probably was the same fish. There's another one. That's better. Oh, he came off, pulled him off. What's that, 6? There we go. Another one. Nothing too crazy big. Not a bad one. That's another spot. Huh, it's crazy how we've transitioned from largemouths to spots the farther we've gotten back here. These are thick too. There's gonna be some big ones back here. All right, here's number 7. Spotted bass. You can tell it's a spot. Y'all might be able to see it has that little rough patch on its tongue. See ya. Cool. It's crazy how we've transitioned from largemouths to spots the farther we've came back in here. All right, I know it's fairly shallow. I'm pretty sure my battery just died, so no more back camera. That battery's been in here for a couple of days and I didn't take it out to charge it. But I'm gonna throw this coal shad around and see if I can get bit on it, because that'd be pretty sick. Catch a big one on the coal shad. I'm gonna just fish this whole pocket like it's its own pond with the coal shad. Then on the way back out, I'm gonna go back to that little Frittside I was throwing. There we go. Oh, it came off. There was a little spot on it, on the BFS. I love this combo, especially for days like today. You know, maybe if I was fishing a creek and I wanted to throw, I don't even know. I think this thing might take the place of one of my spinning rods on the kayak, just because there's no change of what I have to do. It's the exact same thing. I mean, it's just, I can't sling it as hard, but I know that because the reel's a little bit smaller, like the handle's a little bit smaller. So second I feel that handle, I'm like, okay, I can't necessarily bomb it overhead. Depending on the lure, I guess some lures you probably could, but I know I have lighter line on this. I don't really have to, you know, set it like I would a spinning reel. That's the only place where a spinning reel probably would be better, is if you're into like some really, really big spots. I feel like the advantage of this would be like your light line. And spots have a harder mouth, so maybe you could set the hook a little bit harder on a spinning setup, but I'd take that trade-off any day of the week. I'm gonna go all the way back here. This just turned into a creek fishing video. Finding these places like this in these lakes is always so fun, and it's rewarding just because the scenery is so pretty back here. A lot of times it's 50-50 whether or not you're going to catch any fish. Or normally there's always fish in these creeks like this, but sometimes, you know, it might be like a hidden honey hole where you're catching 5s and 6s, and then other times it's like how it was for me just now, and I'm making a whole bunch of casts, not really seeing any results from any of my casts. But I mean, the water comes up in here a couple feet, you know, 3 or 4 feet, you never know. I'm not saying low water level is my problem. You gotta try it. All this type of stuff, like, if I wouldn't have come out here today, I would have never known this is back here. And this might be juice in the fall or in the early spring. They might come back here and spawn, or I might come back here and catch a 10-pounder one day. You never know. But this is the part they don't show you on Instagram. It's the turning around in these narrow water. The narrow water shots always look cool. Oh, what was that? I bet a crawl would be better back here, just because it's mud and crawfish burrow and stuff like this. But these type of shots always look cool, but they don't ever show you the turning around process. There we go. That's a better one. There we go. Oh, it came off. Got a pretty nice, we got pretty good conditions today. We got good overcast, a slight breeze, but I am not complaining. We got, I mean, that would have made, we had 7 on this side. We lost one over there. That would have made 9 right there, but we'll say we still got 7. There we go. That feels like a better one. Could be, oh, he came off too. He never came up, so that has to be a good sign. All right, we gotta start putting them back in the kayak. That one was definitely better. When, oh, we got hit right there. It's not gonna do it. It's always a good sign when they don't come up initially, like when you can't just bring them straight up. That normally means it's a better than average, better than the ones that we've been catching at least. I never really got a good feel for him because he was swimming towards me the whole time. Ooh, there's another one. Followed it up. Okay, okay, we're on them. We're on them. You can say that now. We've had, shoot, 6 or 7 bites down this stretch on this side, and then we had more on that side. So I say we got a good lure for him. There's a good one. There's a good one. Don't come off. Don't come off. I saw him. He's good. Whoa, that's a big spot. That's a big spot. Big spot. Just do whatever you need to do. I think we got him pretty good. Pretty sure I got him good, so I don't want him to, I'd rather tire him out. I think I got him good. Maybe not. I don't have the net either. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Come here. Boom, baby. Let's go. All right, boys, look at that one. It's a good few pounder spot on the Frittside. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Cool. Man, this place is fishing pretty good today. I mean, what does that make? Say 8. Good bites. We've lost a couple. That one probably could have ate the pole shad too. Oh. There's another one. There we go. So that's a largemouth. Spots and largemouth living in the same hole. That last spot wasn't a giant. Definitely could have, I don't want to say ate this largemouth, but I don't think they would be friends. Man. It's just cool because, like, of course I grew up catching largemouth in most ponds, a lot of ponds, really no ponds until I moved towards like the Birmingham area that I fished had any spots in them. But I'd always say, like, if I had my way with it, I'd always want to catch largemouth. And then I caught I want to say it's like a 4.9 spot earlier this year. I was like, huh, this is like an Alabama peacock bass, you know, dialed down a little bit, but those spots are just so mean. They fight so hard. It's kind of, I don't know if I'd rather catch a 10-pounder right now, but after I catch a 10-pounder, I don't know if I'd rather catch 7-pound spots or 10-pound bass. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. It's too. Maybe not. Dude, they're fighting so good. That has to be a spot. Yeah. See? See, I said that's a good one. That just goes with my spot story. What is this? Number 10? Or is that last one number 10? I don't know. Now we got 10. We can just fish for fun now. We can get creative. See how many we can catch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, chill. Ooh, chill. All right, there's another one. It's crazy how all these fish are just mixed up in here together. After this dies down, after the Frittside dies off, or I don't catch any in a couple casts, I'm gonna throw that wacky worm in there. Just wanna be seen, piece of grass, just wanna be seen. I got a 3-pounder, and that spot probably would have been number 2. We just need one more good, oh, there we go. Another bite. This one feels different. Feels like it could be a bluegill. Well, another spot. All right, dude, if you want to shake off, do it. Be my guest. I don't feel like dealing with attitude this morning. All right, see you later. All right, what's that number? 10, 11, 12? Say 12. It's like they're all about 15 foot in front of that brush pile. That was a huge turtle right there. There we go. There's one. Not too big. Not big at all. Hey, he's not a crazy dink though. It's a largemouth. Now I want you to go back down there. Oh, okay. I want you to go back down there and tell your friends. Or don't tell your friends, but tell your big friends that the chartreuse Frittside swimming through tastes really good. There's another one. After this, I'm gonna up the size. I feel like this one's small. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the big one. There we go. Perfect. All right, this thing got ate pretty good. Probably able to get about 10 bites or so on it. There's one. Not bad on that little Frittside. I think that's just the bite today. It's not a bad one. I don't feel bad about this one. It's a little spot. It's not a bad one. All right, another little spot. Back he goes. Thank you, sir. There's another one. See, that's not a bad one either. That is a largemouth. This place is loaded with fish. Ooh, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good bite. Or it's just a spot. It's actually a bluegill. You know, the bluegills feel so good because of, like, they're not as streamlined. They're not as hydrodynamic as the bass are. You pull on them sometimes and they're sideways, and I think that's why they feel so good. All right, get off of there. Hey, there we go. There's a good one. I knew there would be one at that change from grass to rock. Good little largemouth. There it is. That's what I was waiting on. All right, that is, dude, I don't even know. I mean, I don't think it's 20, but it's probably close. thinking I was gonna switch over to either that Wacky Rig or a Wacky Rig or something else, but I mean, they're eating it so good, I don't think there's a need to. I have a hard time believing there's not one in between that rock wall and this rock. There's no way. This concrete and this rock, there's no way there's not a fish in between that.
Guys, I'm super blessed and thankful to live in a place that I have maybe, 5 or 6 little reservoirs like that within an hour drive of me. And that was my first time ever on that one. And we caught like, I don't know if we really hit 20, but we definitely had 20 bites. We probably had 20 bites on that Frittside. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to fish tomorrow and have a good day. Everything that I caught fish on today, or all the stuff that I had on the kayak with me, that I had out on rods, will all be linked down below in the description if you guys want to check anything out, if anything piques your interest. Also, if you have any questions about anything, leave me a comment. I'll do my best to get back to you. So, thank y'all for hanging out. Don't forget to fish tomorrow again, and peace. See you on the next one.
Chasing the bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flock, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep. When I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.